Now, having really cool fonts and symbols and logos on websites is actually a somewhat newish thing. There's been fonts for a while, but having good fonts is relatively new to the web. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is that we have these glyph icons that are part of Bootstrap. And if when we navigate to the Bootstrap pages, which we will do. We just go to the Get Bootstrap page, you'll notice that one of the things you'll have to do for your project is add a component, and as part of that component there's actually a whole bunch of glyph icons. And if you want to use any of these symbols, we could, for example, the nice road one here, we can click on it and it'll show us the code that we need to use the symbol here. But in addition to that, there's another site called FontAwesomeSetup.io that has a very similar set of really nice symbols that some of the themes use. Now, some of your templates might already have those downloaded and installed in the fonts folder. In this case, I've only got the glyph icons that are installed. So I'm gonna also download, and no thank you, and download, and we'll save those to the same folder. And I'm gonna go and open up Font Awesome, and I'm going to grab the CSS and the font. So again, this is not required, but if you want to use Font Awesome, we can go ahead and paste those guys in there, and that's now added Font Awesome fonts to here, and also an extra couple of Font Awesome CSS files in here. And if you go through the instructions on the Font Awesome web page, and kind of look at the get started instructions, it'll talk to you about how do you need to install Font Awesome. So I'm just going to copy this link right here and put it in the top of the head. Here's my custom CSS file. I'm going to put fontawesome.min in there, and also do the same thing in this file. Now, at the same time, one thing that I want to do is I want to have a single CSS file for all of my pages. And I downloaded two themes, two different templates. One of them called the 3-column portfolio .css, and here's the theme that links to that from my HTML file. And then in the Captain Eli's page, I've got the the portfolio item CSS. I'm actually going to change that so that those are the exact same file, because I'm using the same one, and I want the styles to cascade across all of the pages. That's the whole point of cascading style sheets or CSS. So we'll change that. Anyway, so now we can use Font Awesome. We'll do that later in the videos.